Hello, everyone, and welcome. I believe we can wait for another minute so everyone can join, because I know it can take some time to join the session. And then we will start with the day one of the Designathon 2026. Yeah, I'm seeing that you already started typing on the chat. Hello, everyone. Hello. I believe you are seeing my screen right now, so I think we can start right now. So again, hello everyone and very warm welcome to day one of the Designathon 2026. My name is Furkan Günal, as you know, and I'm the technical lead for the Designathon challenge. And we are incredibly excited to see students joining us from all around the world. Um, I can say that the diversity here is amazing. We have so many countries represented, and maybe tomorrow we can share some cool stats about where you all are from. And again, thank you so much, you all, for being part of this. Today, we are going to learn a lot through our intensive modeling session. But before we dive into Fusion, let's briefly look at our timeline, where we started, and what we will achieve together, right? You already know that. I mean, as you know, we hosted two Fusion training sessions on the uh, 19th of the June and on the 3rd of July, and we covered the fundamentals of Fusion for those who new to CAD, or you might know some CAD softwares, but you have never used Fusion before. So we try to cover everything in Fusion that you need for this competition. So thank you so much for joining those, and I believe that was fun and helpful. I mean, I can say that according to comments we had after the training sessions, and today is the third session we are having, and we are stepping it up with a 3 hour intensive session that focused on real modeling workflows. And tomorrow, of course, this is the most important day, I believe, for the Designathon, and we will officially reveal the challenge topic and we will kick off the competition. And after that, finally on the 5th of August, we will gather for the award ceremony and we will celebrate your amazing projects and we announce the winners. So that's also one of the important days of the Designathon. Um, During the competition, we want to make sure you feel fully supported. So we are using several platforms. Discord is the one, and I see most of you have already joined and have been assigned to your private teams channels. And in these channels, I mean, you can text, you can voice call, and you can share your screen with your teammates. This Discord, I mean, the main purpose here, Discord will really make it easier for you to collaborate with your teammates. Also, I mean, other than collaborating with your teammates, please keep an eye on the announcement channel and support channel, because we will be sharing some stuff and we will do our announcements through these channels. So please keep an eye on these channels as well. If you haven't joined yet, please use the link on the screen, and I will share the link in the Zoom chat as well after I made the presentation, and you can always join here and we will help you with joining your private channel, etc. As I mentioned, Discord is mainly for collaboration, but let's say you are having trouble accessing Discord, you can always use other platforms to communicate with your teammate because we will be sharing important information with you through email as well. So no worries if you have problem with accessing Discord. We will be sharing everything through email or Zoom. And of course, the second platform we are using is Zoom, and Zoom is our home for live trainings and presentations. And if you have, again, if you have trouble with Discord, you can always reach out to us through Zoom chat, and we will be helping you. And you know our email address from the trainings, and my colleagues are ready to help you with any of your questions. You can always reach us using these three platforms. Speaking of my colleagues, I must mention our amazing team. This massive event wouldn't be possible without them. And again, I want to thank you for everyone being here today with us. Um, I mean, I mentioned my manager Thomas before on the training sessions. Today, this time, Thomas is also here with us. So maybe I can hand it over to Thomas, and then our experts can briefly introduce themselves because they're also really great at Fusion, as you know. Yeah, Thomas, hello.
Thank you, Furkan, and hello, everyone. Thank you as well from my side for all of you, to all of you for being here and participating in the pre-trainings, and of course, what you will do tomorrow as well in competing in the Designathon. It's the fourth year that we run this competition, and it's been really amazing to follow along and seeing hundreds of students in each year competing and coming up with really innovative solutions. So I look forward to seeing what all of you will do in the next coming couple of days. The Designathon is really here with varying purposes. What we're hoping to achieve is that you will learn some new skills, put those to the test and implement them through a real life, realistic scenario, and that you can then get some support and recognition in return back from us. And that this combined becomes one of many stepping stones in your future career. So thank you again for being willing to go on this journey with us. I look forward to the next couple of days. And with that, I will hand over to our two experts, Emre and Mehmet. Thank you to you guys as well for being here. And we appreciate all the insights you will share during this session. So over to you guys to say hello and take it from here.
Thank you, Thomas. Emre.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello everyone. Hey, I'm Emre. I'm a naval engineer here in Istanbul, Turkey. And after working in Singapore for about 1 year, I returned back to my country and co-founded a startup focusing on marine robotics. But during that time, I've always keen on using especially Autodesk softwares, focusing on Fusion 360. And I've been actively using Fusion in my both student and professional life. So thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Mehmet. As you know, we just talked with the previous meetings. So I'm an industrial designer at Middle East Technical University, and I'm also making my master's in here at Matthew. And I'm also working in a facility. I'm managing a facility in our university too. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mehmet. I think we can continue with Anna because she will explain so many things about the competition. She will present our sponsors, etc. So
Thank
let's
you,
continue,
Furkan.
Anna.
Hello, everyone. I thank you for, first of all, thank you for joining in such a huge number. We're delighted to see you being part of this fourth edition of the Designathon. My name is Anna Sapirovska. I'm partner engagement manager at Knowledge Point and one of the event organizers. Many of you probably know me from all of those emails you're receiving from my side. I would like to give a special shout out to our sponsors this year. First of all, our official sponsor, main sponsor, 3D Connection, for their generous contribution with their Space Mouse Wireless and Cat Mouse Pro wireless devices, which some of you will receive as part of the awards. 3D Connection designs powerful research-based ergonomic and smart devices that make your daily work in CAD fast, comfortable, and fun. So thank you, a big, huge thank you to them being an official sponsor this year. Of course, no Designathon, no edition of the Designathon will be fully complete and equally successful with the help of our learning partners, which each year they support us by spreading the word and also supporting the students for when preparing them for Designathon. So a big thank you to all of the partners you're seeing on the screen: Atlantic Computers and Electronics, S Consulting, CAD Masters, Clintonell Innovation Center, Costec Education, Generative CAD Services, Modena, NetInfo, and CPA. Thank you again. Your support is truly valuable for us, and thank you for supporting this year as well.
Anna, so sorry, before continue, I might mention the 3D connection because I want to show you that I'm already, are you able to see? Yeah, I'm using the 3D connection Space Mouse, and I can say that it's really useful for this kind of workflow. We are so lucky to have them as our main sponsor. I wanted to edit this. Sorry to interrupt you.
Thank you, Furkan. So here you can see firsthand a very happy customer. Thank you,
Yes, I am.
Furkan, for sharing. Each year we are so glad to see all of your posts and excitement about Designathon. So I just want to kind of like remind you, if you are posting something on your social media, to use the same hashtags we are using, Designathon 2026, Autodesk, and Knowledge Point, so we can engage with your post, support, and kind of like share the excitement together. Okay, that's all from me for the moment. I will pass on now to my colleague Sonia, and she will continue with the fun part or the awards.
Thank you, Anna. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this first day of Designathon. My name is Sonia Momchilovic, and I'm part of the Knowledge Point team that organizes this wonderful competition. We've heard about the sponsors, but now let's talk about the more exciting part of this competition, and that is the prizes. The appointed jury will select 3 top teams who will be awarded with the first, second, and third prize, and there will be also one more exclusive prize from Autodesk directly. The team placing first will be invited to attend an in-person training workshop with Autodesk experts at the Autodesk Technology Center in Birmingham, UK. This is an exclusive opportunity for the winning students to learn directly from Autodesk experts with long-term experience, to explore how they professionals design and how they solve challenges, and also to present their concept from this competition in front of the Autodesk representatives. This is expected to take place in October, but the exact dates will be defined additionally in accordance with the winning team. The organizers will cover the costs and also will provide support in getting visas for UK if it's needed. The second winning team will receive a cash reward or a gift certificate equivalent to the amount of $3,000. In addition to this, each team member will receive an Autodesk Certified Associate exam voucher on the condition that they confirm acceptance within a set time which will be communicated by the organizers. This team will also receive 3D connection Space Mouse wireless device from our sponsors. The third winning team will receive a 2,000 US dollars cash prize or a gift certificate of the equivalent value. The Autodesk Certified Associate exam vouchers for each team member is also planned for the third place as well, again on the condition that they confirm acceptance within a set time communicated to the organizers. This year, same as last year, there will be a wild card award. Autodesk will choose one team that will receive special prize 3D Connection CAD Mouse Pro wireless device. The winning teams and the special recognitions will be announced on the online award ceremony on the 5th of August, as my colleague Furkan mentioned. And now we can move on to Furkan to share more details about today's modeling. So I'm wishing all of you good luck on tomorrow's competition day.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonia. And guys, as you can see, it's really exciting awards, and we are so happy for you that joining the Designathon, and you will get this awards. So let's continue with the training session. We are ready to start our training, but before we jump in, I want to show you exactly what we will be building today, and I will briefly explain the workflow, then we can continue. Here, you can see a coffee machine, and today we will be modeling this from start to finish. And the workflow we follow today will be perfectly show you exactly what you need to do tomorrow. So this will be a great example for you. Mehmet and Emre will act as teammates today, and they will live on this design, and I will explain the exact details on the next slide, but let me pause here for a moment so you can check out the model. And uh, I can say that I will share the reference image in the Zoom chat and in the Discord as well, so you can use it to follow along and try your own modeling challenge during the training. However, I recommend you watch the modeling process for now. Don't try to model exactly the same time with our instructors. You can always start modeling from scratch later if you had like, because we will be sharing the video recording with you after the training session. So I would suggest you to watch the modeling workflow, learn, and then you can always start modeling from scratch. This is our model. We try to include so many elements to this design to show you different things. And as I said, this will help you so much tomorrow. So let's continue with the modeling training guidelines. I mean, the guidelines for today's. On this slide, you can see the guidelines, and we will dive deep into a sketch-based parametric modeling workflow, which covers almost everything you will need to succeed tomorrow. I mean, we already covered so many things for Fusion fundamentals, but today we are planning to show you the whole workflow for sketch-based parametric modeling. The important thing here is the coffee machine is strictly is an educational example. It has nothing to do with the actual competition topic. So this is important. We won't be asking you to model a coffee machine tomorrow, and we will reveal the competition topic to you tomorrow. This is just training scenario, and we will be using this coffee machine, but this is not the actual topic. So that's important. The other thing is we will be using a starter model, and this is the exact workflow you will experience tomorrow. When the competition starts tomorrow, we will provide you with a starter Fusion file as your design, and you will use this as your starting point for your design, and we will expect you to build upon those components, right? So today's practice, for today's practice, our starter model is a 2.5 liter bottle, and I will show you how you can open it, and I will explain a few things as well. You are seeing the link for, let me show you. You are seeing the link for the starter project, and when you click this, you will see. Okay, let me click at the same time with you. You will see a website will open on your browser, and the website you are seeing right now is Autodesk's web viewer, and you can see the 3D model here. And on the top right, I mean, I know it's in Turkish because of my location, but you will see two buttons here. The first one is, I mean, it says Fusion Aç in Turkish, but it means open with Fusion or open in Fusion. And the other one says download, actually. And if you click the open in Fusion, you will see this notification here because it's using a launcher to open directly with Fusion. You can click open with an launcher application, and the website sent the model directly to your Fusion. And let me also open the Fusion or bring it to this screen. Yeah, you can see Fusion automatically open this model, and you can click the file, save as, and you can save it to your own modeling hub, and you can start to work on your own model. So that's important. If you have or if you face with any problem using this button, you can always click the download and you can select the Fusion archive. This will operates you, or this will help you to download F3D file, and you can always upload this file to your Fusion and you can start working on the model. So that's important part. That's why I wanted to show you during the presentation. Yeah, you can, by the way, you can always ask your questions through Discord and Zoom chat. As I said before, I will help you. With that say, I think I can hand it over to our experts and they can start modeling if you don't have any questions or my colleagues don't have anything to add here. Let me stop my
So
sharing.
Furkan, there was quite a few questions in the chat about where the file is. So you will share that shortly,
Yeah,
right?
I exactly. I will share it with the. I mean, I will hand it over to experts and I will share it on the chats.
Okay, so I think it's good to start, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, perfect. All right, people. Hello again. Today is a bit crowded than the previous ones, almost 250 people. Thank you for taking time for this. So today I will be the one who starts first, and we're going to build the design that Mr. Furkan showed. This is basically a full product design. The purpose for that design is a bit different than the regular coffee machines. It's basically for distillating the dirty water and cleaning it inside by using these filters and converts it to a clean water so that the coffee machine can use it. So that's a different industrial design concept, but we try to imitate it. We try to copy everything that we done here so that you can actually do the same tomorrow. So we designed before just to show you like how the process is going to look like. And after this, I think we can quickly move on to the whole design, and so that we can actually start from the beginning. All right. So me and Mehmet, we use a different hub, but you'll be doing this tomorrow with your own team. Mehmet showed this in our first session. If you couldn't catch it up, you can just find the YouTube session for this, and you can check out there. So basically, we have the own data here, and we will be using the same files at the same time. And whatever I'm doing here will be visible on Mehmet's screen, so which is very powerful on in terms of collaborating with your teammates. So you don't have to wait whenever it's ready. You can just do it, especially for tomorrow, because it's going to be very intense. You have to do it separately. You don't have to wait for your other friends. Okay, so let's start with that. If you're gonna take a look at it quickly, the models here might look similar because just a moment ago it's been shown to you. I will be using this as well by importing our main design, and the rest will be just basically designing from bottom to top design principle. You don't have to be very stick on the design principles. You can just improvise. You're not expected to be a very tidy and good product data management. You can just improvise on your own modeling up. Okay, so I will create a new design over here. For this one, I will be choosing hybrid design, where we're going to put a lot of components and we will combine all of them in just one model. So that's why I will be needed hybrid design. So I recommend you to choose this tomorrow as well. So we're gonna create a new, and we have, okay, let me open my grid. We have a blank design over here. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to import the bottle design. You can go over here and open the data panel. Then I will be finding the bottle design that we created before the session. You can either import and insert it from here, okay, as a derive, but the quick method is just drag it, okay? So find it on your data panel and just drag it on your design. So in this way, it's going to be opened over here. There we go. And so initially you can manipulate it here. So for example, something like this would be okay. I will just put an approximate position. It doesn't have to be super realistic at this moment because we can change it anytime. So I select OK, and this one's fixed over here. I cannot move it. So I usually disable my design grid because honestly, it's limiting my view. You can keep it on, it's fine. But personally, I prefer to turn it off. And I will work on with this because my origin is always on just one point, so it's not changeable. Okay, the other thing that I'll do is I will quickly save this first to my location so that my friends can see it actually. So I press Control S and I will be saving it under the Designathon day 1 over here. Let's say coffee machine, master design. Okay. Okay, so right now my friends can see it. It's going to be updated soon over here. So whatever I will be doing is going to be saved under this folder. Okay, it's good to mention that. And right now I need to move this in a correct position so that I can start with, because in our original design we have 2 bottles. So that's a symmetric design, pretty much. Not everything, but a lot of things are symmetric here. So I might need to do the same thing again. Instead of doing this, I will move it slightly to one side, then I can mirror it to the other side. So, but you can see the icon over here with the chain. That means it's actually connected with the original design. But I'm not going to break it, but I want to move it. So this is grounded right now. I need to move it. So I right click on that component and I say unground from parent so I can move it. Okay, right now we can see that it's easily moving, but this is not a good thing because we need an exact position, right? So maybe I can show you easily with that, where we're looking at. So I will again select Move Copy Tool, and I'm going to change my object type as components since this is a component. And it's good to select just one identical object over here and select your move type as free move. You can select the other ones either, that's fine. But for now, it's easy to rotate and change around. So I will just slightly move it on one side, maybe 125. It's okay. Then I say okay. The next thing I can do is I will just mirror it quickly so that I can see the proportion and the overall design design height. Okay, so it says like do I need to capture the position right now? Because we've changed the position and it's not being saved over here. I say capture position. If you say revert position, it's going to put it back to the initial position, but we don't need this. So basically, I will just cancel this. I say capture position. Once you do it, you're going to see in your timeline that a new icon has been created. This indicates basically that the position is being cached over here. Okay, so you can select components or bodies. If you say bodies, the same body will be stacked under the same folder, but I want components because I'm doing it one by one with each component. So the object that I will select is the bottle, and my mirror plane is this one. Okay, so as you can see that it's quite far away from each other. So anytime you can just change it. But to do this, you need to go back and change the initial position to the other side. So let's say that you did a mistake. Okay, you can always go back. All right, before you do this, and I will just move it again. Select the object that you want to move. It was 150, I think, so I will just move it 50 millimeters. And then I will go over here. But I did a mistake over here again because I should have captured the position because it moves it back. Okay, let's do it again. 50. Then you see here the capture position icon. So that actually fixed my position. Now move it back. There we go. Okay, so the position looks okay. Quite nice. And the next thing will be basically just starting from the top and going until the bottom of the object. So there's a lid over here on the top, which I think puts the bottles in position. To start with that, you can either create a plane, a construction plane that helps you to create your first sketch, or you can find a flat surface here where you can create actually the sketch and start with it. So for now, I will just hide my grid and I zoom in, then you can actually find out here, there are some flat surfaces where you can use it. It's definitely up to you, but for now, since we're going to design it in a good principle, I'm going to use an offset plane. And I will select one of those planes. It doesn't matter which one you're selecting. And then I will drag it up until I'm happy with the result. I think we can stop in 50. That's fine. Then that's going to be the helper plane, basically, an arbitrary plane where we can use it to create a sketch. Then I select it, then we will hit create sketch button. So at this moment, we're in a different workspace, which is the sketch environment, where we practice a lot in the previous sessions. But if you rotate your camera, you're going to see that it's actually detecting the plane and it's penetrating my object, which is a good thing because I want to take an inspection on this and I want to see where it actually cuts. We have a powerful tool here under Create. You can find it under Project Include and Intersect. So this one is going to basically intersect my solid bodies and the plane that I created. So I will select both of them and you're going to see it with the purple circle is the exact point that I'm looking for. So that's good. And that's the point that I was looking for. And then I can create a rectangle to make a solid. But as I mentioned in the beginning of the class, I said it was a symmetric design. So I tried to take a reference of origin for myself. So try to do it in your design as well. That's going to help you a lot. So let's go on the rectangle and center rectangle. So let's make a rectangle something like this. Then I press D on my keyboard, or you can select it from here. That's going to give me a dimension tool. You can say maybe like 320 by 180. Okay, that looks okay. Then we finish the sketch. And you can see that the proportion is a bit different than ours, but it's fine. We don't have to stick on exactly on this because we did a similar one here. As you can see, this one is bigger also, but I'm just improvising and trying to show you like how we can do it tomorrow without any dimension or any reference image. You have to imagine it. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, anytime we can go back and we can change the sketch over here. Okay, let's go and say extrude. I will give it a bit of thickness. 10 might be too big, maybe 5 is okay. And on the operation, instead of saying new body, I will be selecting new component this time. Okay, so each one is going to be stacked as components. I hit OK, and there we go. So we have a good surface here. So to put it in a good shape, I will just add a chamfer here, or maybe like 2 millimeters, so that we have a good inset over there. Cool. Okay, the next thing might be creating this glass, the plastic part that covers the whole body. So before I do it, I want to add some fillet in the corners. Over here, I'm just selecting them one by one, and you can apply it as you wish. I think 25 looks fine right now. Okay, the next thing I'll do is I'm going to create another sketch, but this time my plane is already here, and I select the surface, create the sketch. And after this, I need a thickness over the walls, right? So I will use offset, which is a very frequently used tool where you can actually insert your edges over here. So at this point, you need to define a thickness on this. So maybe like -3 would be okay, realistic. Since the outer surface has already been defined, I don't have to project it because I created the sketch on the same surface. Then I press Finish Sketch. After then, all we have to do is just extrude it again. So you might wonder why I did it in 2 steps, because I want to create this as a nib component. So we can keep it, I think, in 100. Okay, to see through this object, you can easily go to the component. You can rename the components right now, but since we will have a bunch of different components, we can just leave it like that. And but in your design, just to give a reference to your friends, to your teammates, you can just rename them. If you want to rename it, just right click on that and say rename. But for now, instead of doing this, we will change the opacity to maybe like 50% so that we can see through. This is not a material, okay? This is just a inspection tool for us. Okay, so to put this one in a good shape, I'm going to make a lip that goes inside so that it's going to be more realistic. That's why I will create another sketch here. But this time, instead of giving the offset from the define object, I'd like to show you something new, which we covered a lot in our previous sessions, the project tool. And I will be selecting the edges that I see here. So that's going to give me a 2D projection. Okay, so this is defined. Even though you hide your active component, you can see it there, which is very nice. And then I will offset this inside, like this, maybe like this is not minus, you can say 3. That defines the thickness of the lip. Then I finish sketch, then we can quickly extrude it. Okay. As you can see that it's more realistic right now. In real life, of course, you need to bring a bit of gap, but you can do it in your design as well. So this part is done. Let's check what we can do next. Okay, we have a bucket here. I think it is basically to collect the dirty water from top and bring it to the filters. And also here, I think we have the pressure chamber here, which is basically pressurize the water and put it onto the espresso machine, which is the portafilter. We don't have to do the inside. We will just bring it as a solid part. But we have a wooden shape over there. It's basically connecting the bottom and top part together. So we can create it first. Let's do it. I will create the sketch again. Once you find a clear surface, a flat surface also, you're good to create a sketch. This one is a good example for this. Then I select Create Sketch. There we go. And the next thing I will do will be, I will just continue on one of these vertices over here and just make a rectangle. You can use mirror tool over there, but I'd like to show you the constraints in Fusion. Remember to select the correct edges. So just to check this, you can rotate your camera and you can see that I picked the wrong one here. And I picked the wrong one here as well. Okay, let's change it. So once you click on the node, you're going to see two different icons, which they represent for constraints. You can easily delete them by pressing your delete key on your keyboard. And this one is for this line. This one is for the node. And then I can quickly connect it with the correct one. Let me do the same thing. We can delete the tangency. We can delete that as well. And lastly, we have this, which is basically going on, oops, for the wrong one. Let me just select the other one. This is for, let me change the window selection tool. I will be doing it from here again. Okay, so that's the correct part. But this is definitely not good in not a good shape because it's not an even. Also, we don't have any idea about the dimension. So the first part will be selecting the perpendicular constraints for the corners. And lastly, we can give dimension. I press D on my keyboard and we can give you maybe like 200. If the proportion is not good, we can always go back and change it. I think that's all, yeah. So I don't have to do anything here because I already have a defined plane. If you can see that, when I hover my mouse there, it highlights the plane that I can extrude. So I finish sketch, then I hit E on my keyboard. It's a shortcut for extrude. Then I will select both of them. Then we can convert it to solid. But instead of operation join, you need to select as new component again. Okay, so that's good. We have the second part. And lastly, I will add fillet for here. Okay, let's keep it in 30. Cool. Okay, so far so good. I think the next part might be I can do this extra plastic part inside. I think that holds the tip of the bottles so that it stays in a correct place. So as you can see, I think that's a design challenge for us because our rotation is limited. Also, manipulation tools are actually not very good here at this moment, but we can quickly fix it. We have a bunch of different methods to get through this issue. You can either hide this component, okay, and you can create a sketch in 3D view. That's also another method. But for now, I will be just doing it by creating a sketch in the plane that I want to create it. Then I will go over it. So anytime, just feel free to hide your bodies, change the opacity just to see clearly your image. Okay, let's create a sketch here. You can see it's very difficult for me to see something from there. That's why I rotate my camera with my right click, my mouse, and there I am. Another issue is I don't know the border, right? If I create a rectangle here, for example, I'm just doing it for the reference. I don't know if it's connecting the border or not. I have no idea where it is. The first method is just measure it and give dimension, but that's going to take a lot of time over here. The second one is going to be turn on the visibility of this component and take a reference from here, which is, I think, very useful. And I'll do the same thing. So go on to create and select project include, say project. Okay, another hidden tool in Fusion, which I really like to use. If you select on this, you're going to see that it selects the plane closest to your cursor, which is this one. But instead, I want to select the one inside. To select this, I think there's a very quick tool to do it. Just press your left click button in a long time. So just press and hold it, and you're going to see another different feature here, which you can actually see through. The second one is the face that I'm looking for. So then I click on that, then I hit OK. There we go. Now I have the reference. You good to go? Okay, perfect. So from here, we can just make a mirror line, I think. Then I can create this a construction line so it's not going to affect my design. Honestly, right now I can also remove this. so that I can only see my reference images. Okay, I don't have to use all of them. I can just create one simple line so that it covers my bottles. Then I put this maybe like 130. The distance from here to here between the origin and the top flat surface going to be maybe 120. But make sure that you need to connect this two. By meaning of connect is basically horizontal, vertical, so that they will be on the same axis. Okay, I guess the next part will be mirror. I select mirror tool here. You can select it over there. The mirror line is this one. Okay, cool. I think from now on it's good. Let's see what we can do. Yes, I think everything seems okay right now over there. Okay, let's go. And I will finish sketch. I'm going to create a solid here, which we can actually penetrate it. It's okay. We don't have to worry about this because it's going to be in the same section as well. So, but remember to change it to new component. Lastly, I select it. Okay, let's drag it again. 20. So from now on, a lot of people, they have difficulties to understand why we did this. It's completely solid. If you want to check the inside is filled with material or not, you can go under inspect and say section analysis. Then you can drag it and you can see it's completely filled with solid. So, but the reason that I wanted to do this is I'm going to use a different command named shell. I go under modify and I select shell. So select the face that you want to create an opening. This one is the case. You can put here 2 millimeters, and there we go. Yeah. I think at this moment, it's good to maybe change the extrusion until the other side. I double click on the extrusion icon here so that I can edit it. Then here is okay. Yeah. Lastly, we will create the holes for the bottles. Then I press create sketch. I don't have to identify the circles again. I encourage you to use the project tool. Select the most outer edge you see here. Finish sketch, and then let's find out our bodies. I hit extrude and quickly select it from there. Then I'm going to cut it. But this is also cutting my bottles, so you can see that. 2 of my bottles have been cut. But you can change the selection from there by changing the objects to cut, and you can disable body 2.5 liter. Okay, so we have the openings. The water can fill up here. Again, I will change the opacity for this. It's 50. And I can unhide my other bodies. Good. Okay, cool. So the next thing, let me see here, the bucket. Let's do the bucket, and that's going to be the last part for my side. And I will hand over to Mehmet. So to do this, I think we need to cut a good proportion here so that the water can actually fill over there. I will create another sketch over here to open the appropriate face. Again, I think you already understand my methodology. I always use references. So I'm going to hide this. I will be using project tool again. Okay, that's good. But it might be a bit difficult to select from here. That's why you can hide this body, okay, and select from inside. You can quickly select it by just clicking on the faces. And I hit OK. I got the reference. And next thing is quite simple. I don't have to do anything here. I just created a sketch just to get the reference image from there. Extrude and just get rid of this extra part. Perfect. We have the opening. We can reach from here. But the last thing will be the bucket. that is going to lead the water to the filters. Okay, so for this one, I'd like to show you another method. So first thing, you can start from here. All right, basically create a sketch. Just get the reference over here by project include. So just copying the face here. I think I need to mention at this point with a breakout. So the good thing about the projection is whenever you change your previous actions, let's say that you change the depth or the width of this rectangle, that's going to update as well. So that's why I like to use it. You don't have to update it manually. Let's finish this. Then I'm going to extrude it down. But this time I will change a new component and I will give a taper angle so that it can lead water in a good angle there. Maybe -3 be okay for us. That's good, but I will hide the extra parts. I think we can shell this as well, right? From top, let's give 2 millimeters. Checking the connections over here. Yeah, you can see that that looks on this part, but I might need to extrude it inwards a bit. So you don't have to create a sketch at this point. You can either use press pull or extrude, but in this case, I will be using extrude. I just press E. Since this is already a defined surface, we can easily extrude it. Okay, that's it. So it's joined as well together. There we go. If you want to make it more interesting, you can just enlarge this one. I mean, the inside acrylic glass, this one, the component 5, and you can make a lip for the bucket, but that's up to you. Maybe we can put also a fillet here, just a small one. And then as far as I can see in our reference image, there's an extra part here. Maybe as far as I imagine, they put the electronics or all the water pumps, the heaters, they're going to be here probably, like or for the cable output. So we can just put this and then it'll be done. We can just quickly add a simple rectangle. Remember to connect the edges with the points. Then I press D. It's going to be 50 by, oops, it accidentally selected the circle on the top. Maybe 50. If that's too big, we can always change it. Honestly, I think that's okay. But Mehmet also can change it because we're using on the same hub. Then I press extrude, and that's going to be connected together. We can easily say that that could be the same design we will be using, and we can keep it as joint because I want this to be a one single body. Let's add fillet for this one, maybe a bit higher. Okay, that's it. So I did this so that you can actually see the limits for that goes down. Honestly, I think that's a bit too much, right? But as I said, we can always change it. That's not a big issue. Okay, so from my side, that's it for now. But Mehmet is going to be designing another interesting part. Okay, thank you guys.
So, hello everyone. And with the design, what we have left is first of all the filters. That's just Emre designed the whole cases, but the inside of it, as you can see, there was 4 filters, and then we have the other parts of the machine. So we were going to continue with that. So just give me a second to share my screen.
Yeah. So, Mehmet, before we continue, um, there are a few questions or there are a few feedback about the speed of the session. I need to explain that this is a modeling workflow session, and we will be sharing the recording of this session, and you will have time to do modeling from scratch in Fusion after the training session. And I mean, I can say that it might feel a bit fast right now. And I mean, I when I tried to learn Fusion, I felt same as you did right now. You are doing right now. But the workflow here, I mean, the workflow we are following right now is like creating a sketch, converting it into a body, and extrude. That's the like 50% of the commands we are using. I mean, once you practice it yourself, you will see how easy it is. And as I said, we had a few fundamentals session, and I will share the YouTube link if I didn't yet. I will share. I believe I did. Yeah, great. And I will share the YouTube link as well. And the most important part tomorrow, when you start to working on your competition design, you will get live support through the Discord and Zoom chat, of course. We will be there to help you with any minor issue you might face while modeling. So uh, you can be, I mean, I know that the speed of the session might make you feel nervous, but you can be relaxed. Tomorrow will be super easy and funny for everyone. I just wanted to add this. And there were another comment about the approach. So since we have limited time, like 3 hours, 2 hours, we are trying to show everything from Mehmet's perspective and Emre's perspective. While Mehmet doing something, Emre will be working on the background on the model. So that's what we are expecting you to do tomorrow, right? Because you can work on different parts at the same time in Fusion. You don't have to work one by one. That's the things I wanted to include. Uh, Thank you, Mehmet. I guess you can continue.
Hello again. So yeah, and right now, my suggestion is watch and try to understand what we are doing. For the second day, the tomorrow or the end of the day, this will going to take like 2 or 3 hours nearby, and then you can rewatch and do it in your Fusion too. You will going to have that time. So I hope you can see my screen right now. Yeah, you can see my screen right now. So as you can see, this is my workflow. And when I'm opening the data panel, as we mentioned before, the instruction, the previous sessions, we talked about the using of data panel and how we are sharing our files in there. As you can see, we have, for example, Designathon day one. And when Emre just saved his file, I can also access his files too, or the older versions too. So while he can work in his files, I'm using the old file too for example, measurements, referencing, etc. So as you know, we have our reference model. So what is it is photo. But what I'm also can do is opening the photo at the same time again and again with using the uh, keep it background. But what I can also do is using the insert canvas mode. When I'm saying insert and canvas, the Fusion will going to allow me to add a canvas in here, and I'm going to add the reference model in here. So you can use the images, etc., as reference too. I'm going to talk about that again. I wanted to talk about it again, but I'm not going to model it on site. Just I wanted to keep it there so I can look at it again and again. So what I'm going to do is, sorry, just a second. And I'm saying, okay, when I'm not looking at this, I can always turn off the canvas too. So keep in mind that. So what I'm going to do is right now, as you know, let's open the MS file. I can access it because he saved it and we are in the same. So how our we get is, as you can see, we finished this parts and we inserted the bottles and the container. The first the water gets, and right now we are just at the filter section. So let's start with the filters. What I'm going to do is, as you know, Emre just modeled everything on it. But what I can also do is, while Emre can mold it with all this, I can open a new design as a part design or hybrid design. It doesn't matter because we will going to use this model afterwards in another row and the main file. So we will going to design the renders. Actually, I have that file. Design the filters, sorry. So as you can see, we have a filter in here. So what I'm going to do is, the filter is, I'm looking at the photos, it's more like cylindrical shape. First thing I can do is, for example, creating a cylinder, or I can manually create a sketch on it. So what I'm going to do is manually a sketch. So as you can see, I'm opening here, and right now I'm going to create a cylinder. So the first thing to know is, for me, how long this cube should be, or the radius. So I'm going to continue with the radiuses as 25, for example. 25, I can write it, yeah. And when I'm saying finish sketch, I'm going to say extrude. When I'm saying the extrude command, it gives me the opportunity to extrude this how it requires. So probably in here, it should be more like, I don't know, what how more? 50, like, sorry, 115, yeah. For example, in a part could be in here. It looks a bit long, so I'm going to keep it like that. Yeah. As you can see in here, we have lots of different materials in there. And also we have the changing fillets. Also, the inside of material is different. The connection part is different. So we will going to create all of these again and again. So as you can see, what I have in here is, we created the outer shell. So I'm going to continue with this part, as you can see. For example, in what I'm seeing is there's a fillet in there. So I'm using the fillet command and adding a fillet. Like, that looks similar. When I'm saying okay, as you can see, after the fillet ends, the part goes like a lid. There's a lid part on it. So I'm continuing with adding an extrude command on here too. And this will going to be our lid later. So what we have also is, as you can see, I'm designing the outer shell, and we will going to add the inner parts as well. So I'm continuing with adding this part too. But as you can see, it's not just directly extrude. There's a different angle in here. So as you know, how we are using extrude with sketches. When we create a sketch, we can use this to extrude. But what we can also do is, I can select this planar face and says keep it. As you can see, I can add an extrusion on here. But what I can also do is, don't add any extrusion in here. Just also what you can do is, for example, we can create a new body in here, and it will not going to be the same body right now. So for example, 5. As you know, it's points directly. But what we can also add is taper angle. As you can see, it's getting smaller when it goes up. So I'm going to add that too. As you can see, for example, and it's enlarged. So what should I do is saying -10. As you can see, it's getting smaller right now. Or I don't know, 10 is a bit, yeah, 10 is enough. Right, when I'm saying, okay, here it is, and we can continue with that too. As you can see also, what do we have in here is, we also have this lid part too. Sorry, this lid part too in here. As you can see, it goes upside and it connects with this coffee machines, these parts. So what can we do is, I'm going to add this part manually. So I can extrude that, but as you can see, it's not going directly. There is a different angle in here and it goes after that. So it's smaller than this diameter. So what can I do is I can create a new sketch. And as you know, we can use these XY, YZ planes too. But also for the creating sketch, we can use this planar faces too. So I'm using that and I'm opening a new sketch. Also, I'm selecting a center diameter circle. As you know, we just use this 0.0, 0, for creating all of the cylinders center. So I'm going to use that again. So they would be in the same direction. I'm selecting it and just select and drag. So what it can be also is, for example, 15. When I'm saying okay, and after saying finishing sketch, as you can see, I'm now using this sketch for extrusion. After saying okay, and I'm going to use join right now because these two parts, as we can see, is in the same material. So they might be the same part too. So I'm going to continue with that. And I'm saying okay. And as we can see, the body, we have two bodies right now, and these are joined, these are the same body. So in the reference image, what I'm seeing is it's not directly going upward. So what's happening is there's a small fillet in there. And I am using fillet to make that transition much more smoother. When I'm saying okay, as you can see, I created my upper connection part. So what I should do is continue with the other continuous parts, but as I did. So as you know, right now we are just seeing a material with there's nothing in it seems. So, but as we can see in here, there is some materials or some other things inside of this glass. As you can see, we have a glass as a shell, and inside of it, the real filter is in it. So what we are going to do is, as you can see, this part should be transparent. As we talked about before, about the appearances, about the materials. So how we can reach it, the materials section, to give a material to that body. I can go design and render. After that, I can find appearance too. But as you can see, the shortcut of the appearance is A. So what I can do also is going back to design. I'm not going to take a render. I'm just giving a material on it. So I can use the A command, the appearance command in here too. After clicking A, as you can see, my appearance library is just showed up, and right now I can choose a material to give this body a soul, let's say. So after that, I'm going to choose the body. As you know, we said that it's transparent, it's like glass, so I'm choosing glass. So there are three categories, like color density, but or smooth. What I'm going to use is this glass, clear glass. You can also directly click, and if it's downloaded. If it's not, you can just click the download icon and give a time to download the material. It's just click the download. So I'm going to click and drag the material on the body. As you can see, now because of it is glass, now it's translucent. But still the questions appears that this is full, as you know. It's a full body. There is nothing inside a cavity or an area that I can add different materials, different parts on it. So what I'm going to do is, as just Emre mentioned, we have another command like shell. As you can see, the description and the photo appears when I'm saying okay. It asks me to choose a site to open a shell. I'm choosing that site and saying like it's now asking me the wall, how long the walls should be. So when I'm saying one is, it looks enough to me, and saying okay. So as you can see, the inside of it is empty right now. As you can see, this is the outer shell and this is the inner shell. So I can add materials in here. How we can do this? The second question. As you can see, let's go back to the reference image. We have this part, and as you can see in here, we have that part with another material and another material in here. So what I'm going to do is, for example, just adding another materials in there. So I'm going to continue with it. As you can see also, just see in here. But the inner shell is just the whole cavity inside of it. So I want to choose that for now. So how this going to be happen is, as you can see, I couldn't select right now easily. But first selection is, now it's clear and I can select it. As you can see, because it's empty, there's no material in here, it's empty. So I can choose in here too. But also, I'm going to continue it quickly. I can use the section analysis tool. After that, I can select in here because it's section analysis. There's material inside of there is not seeing right now. I'm adding a material in here, but as you can see, the glass continues. So I'm saying that this should be a new body to me. When I'm saying new body, as you can see, the material just resets itself. And after saying, okay, now we have a new material. So I'm going to close the analysis to see the whole body. And now I'm adding another material. As you can see, there are multiple materials like this. And when I'm saying go, but not join them. If you join them, as you know, they are they are inside, so they are touching. When I'm saying join, it joins everything. So I'm going to say is that should be a new body. I am directly goes in here too, which will open. I'm going to talk about why we are doing this later. When I'm saying okay, as you can see, oh, so we don't have an interest in here. So what I'm going to do is again creating a shell. the same 1 millimeter. And I'm saying, okay, yeah. But there's a small thing appears in here. Like when I'm taking section analysis in here, I'm saying, okay, as you know, we just closed up the section analysis. Yeah. As you can see, it ends in here. So, so we need to creating a hole in here. So they will be connected. So what I'm going to do is just selecting up to in here, selecting this face, cut it. After cutting it, as you can see right now, I'm closing the analysis tools. Yeah, it goes directly inside of it. So what else? As you can see, normally in photos, in the real one, the filter keeps going with this radius too. So I need to do that too. So, but I need to remove the material with, as you can see, these are at the same place. They are, there goes itself with another body. So what I'm going to do is using this combine method, but in combined method, as we talked about before, they're also joining cutting that we will going to use. And if you need intersecting bodies, you can use with these two bodies. What's target body? My target body is this. And how I am going to edit the other body? I'm going to selecting the outer shell. And overridden it says, and I'm saying cut down. Yeah. As you can see now it's red, but I want to keep that tool. I don't want to delete it. So I'm saying keep that outer shell because I will going to use that later. After saying okay, selecting this, and just as you can see, body 5 is this. I can also hide this. Yeah. But what I can do is, if I don't need this part and I don't want to be crowd bodies in here, I can just right click on it. And as you can see, he's remove. After saying remove, yeah. As you can see, we just created a new body in here. So, as you can see, we just created our bodies. So, what we are going to next do is just creating a new selection in here, like opening it. We will going to add some materials in there. So you will going to see that the materials is more consistent right now. So I'm going to place appearance again right now. And you can see these are just, it looks like plastic to me. ABS white is enough. It looks fine. I just click and drag. The inside of this, there's different materials in there. Like, I don't know. Oh, like assume that there's a gray one. When I'm saying, as you can see, the gray part in here. Also, what I have is, I'm going to close the body one. Sorry, and appearance. I'm going to add a different body in here, like, I don't know, let's select the body. Let's be beige. And after adding it, as you can see, we just created our first filter in here. So let's continue with that. After creating our filter and saving it, like filter, and as you can see, I'm adding the same area in here. After saying yes, save it. It's saving. Now, what can I do is, so in the next step, I will going to import the material, import the filters in here. Let's see, it's okay, or it's bigger or smaller, appropriate in here too. So as you can see, what I can use is, as you know, this is just one part and I'm using that part. I can click and drag in here. And it comes directly. I can rotate it. Yeah. But as you can see, this is the problem that you will probably going to face with. Because as you know, we are not designing with directly millimeters, exact millimeters. The different sizes can be normal in your case. So there are some options in here. The first option is just going back and add another, just fixing the whole body itself, like components. But it's a bit small. Actually, it's enough, but for the height, it's a bit smaller. So what I can do is just going back to the filter. I'm opening the filter again, and I'm going to fix it in here. Like adding more in here. So how can I do is, as you know, I just can slice this part and add a new part in here. But what I also can do is, as you know, we have a timeline in here. So in the timeline, I can decide the sections again. So I need to probably double this up. Yeah, let me check it. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I can double it. It looks fine to me, doubling it. So what I'm going to do is to double the material like in here. Sorry, going back to the filter, and it's in here. It's not 100. It can be 200. Yeah. As you can see, what the problem is, the inside of this cavity materials, the all just, as you can see, what I'm going to do is the same right now. But I lost something, like the body in here. As you can see, we can see it right now. So this body. No, not that body. Sorry. This body. I'm going to edit this body too. Directly. Keep that. As you know, we just edit in here. As I just said, not join them. That should be a new body. We were going to add them in here because, as you know, it's connected with the outer shell. So it tries to add itself on there. So I am going to cut these areas in here and in here. After cutting it, I'm saying to keep the tool. Sorry. And right now, the target body is this, and the tool body is the shell. Yeah, it will be overridden, but I'm going to cut it. After saying that, I'm going to remove or hide this body. As you can see, but this is two different parts right now, so I'm going to combine them. How can I do is, I'm hiding the body one first. The target body is this, and the other body is this, and I'm going to join them. And I don't need to keep that tool right now because I need just one. After saying okay, as you can see, I have the body right now. So something different will going to happen right now. You will going to face with that problem when you are working with your teammates. One teammate, when changing the body, the other body, the system will give something that say the component is out of date. Why? Because I just saved another version of it, and the old version is in here. So it asks me that, do you want to get the latest version? And I'm saying, okay, let's give it the latest version. Yeah, here it is, the new body in here. What I'm going to do is just, as you can see, just rotate it. And let's find a good place for it. Is it okay? I'm copying itself in here. Yeah. When I'm saying that, it is okay. There should be some more area. Yeah, that would be okay. After saying that, as you can see, I'm going to close this canvas. Cannot be changed, yes, because in here. So what I need is more of that. To add it in here, to replace it here, doing more freely. As you can see, it connected with the older version, the main file. So what I'm going to use to breaking this link and saying that to capture it position right now, and this body will going to be in this area. And after that, I'm going to close the canvas right now. As you can see, what I need to do is multiplying this. So the first section is just select this body, all of it. As you can see, I'm selecting all of it right now. Create a copy. After creating a copy, I can manually move them according to my wishes. But as you know, I need two of them in here too. So what I can also do is using a pattern command, something like in here, and selecting all of those bodies. As you can see, the objects is this, and this. The axis is, as you can see, this axis. Now, I'm going to create just two of it, saying to quantity. Yeah. And going back in here, say, applying the same in here. Yeah, that's it. But as you can see, there are three of it, but what I need is two. And I'm saying, okay, right now we have the feathers. So I'm going to continue with, where is our reference image? In here. It was in here, so yeah. So the outer shell we need is, as you can see, there is an outer shell in here, which keeps the whole bodies. But first, I will going to create the division in here. As you can see in here, there's an division, the changing body, and in here the outer shell starts. So what I'm going to do is just creating a new body in here. So after that, I'm creating a rectangle. Yeah. And I'm saying, okay. After that, I am going to extrude it up to here. Not joining, it could be a new body. Yeah. And after that, yeah, that's it. So what do we have is in here? What do we in here is the same actually. As you can see, it's quite similar with this area, and this area is the same rectangular shape. So I will going to use that as a reference in here. So I need to multiply this part now, but what I'm going to do is something different. Use extrude and saying this body to extrude, and also the inside. No, it didn't work. So what I'm going to use this same shape. So for that, I'm going to create a sketch and choosing this area. For now, what do I need is this area, as you know. So I'm going to make to be able to use this area in here, in this sketch. I need to project its lines. So for the projecting this edges to my sketch, I have a new command like create, project include, project. As you can see, I am selecting the sides right now. What I can also do is selecting the face too. I'm going to continue with the lines itself. And I'm saying, okay, as you can see right now, I have the same body. I have the same shape in here. I projected it. After saying finish sketch, and as you can see at the model, what do we have is, yeah, this height. I'm going to add a height on it, so it will going to connect it. So extrude command in here, just come up to in here, like these could be new by for now. Here it is. So also, as we can see in the model, we have a area to protect the faces, a shell. So I'm going to create a shell in here. So I have a few options, but I'm going to use the easiest one. I'm going to create a new sketch. Opening this one, this face, and as you can see, I'm going to use this, and yes, it should be, yeah. But as you can see, it's not looking. It's not allows me to select it. So to be sure, I'm selecting the same line. I'm going to project it again. As you can see, the project, and I'm saying, okay, yeah. Now I'm choosing this and this. As you can see, it connects right now. 5 is enough. Sorry, my bad. 5 is enough. And for that, sorry, my bad. I'm going to create a new sketch in here. And in here, it should be 5. Yeah. After saying finish sketch, why I did this? I did this because I need to extrude it. I need to allow a cavity in here. So what I'm going to use is, for now, is sweep. For sweep, as you know, we need a profile, which will going to be in here, a path, which will going to be this line. As you can see right now, it created a pattern line. I'm going to give a different material to this. So I'm going to choose a new body when I'm saying okay. As you can see, when I'm saying appearance again, I'm opening this area and I'm again adding a clear. So I created my first shell. But as you can see, there is an it's still not enough in here. So what I'm going to do is making this a bit large too. So in here, I have a few options. Keep it that mind. If it's not affecting too much thing itself, you can try. Sorry, just let's close off the appearance section. What you can do is scale command you can use. Yeah, and I am going to use. I'm going to off. I'm going to select this 4 of the bodies, all of the bodies, as you can see, the filter all of the filters. And when I'm selecting everything, what I can do is uniform scale. It scales everything, but non-uniform scale is enough. If it's not creating quite weird looking, you can use this. As a Z scale, for my point would be the upper side of it. So I'm going to, sorry. So what I'm going to scale to, it will be connect this area. I'm going to hide this body. As you can see, it's on the itself. After hiding it, what I'm going to do is scale command, scale, and select everything on the scale area. Saying non-uniform, selecting point, the starting point could be in here, yes. And for the z-axis, as you can see, this axis, no, not that one, sorry. This axis, I can play with that. So for just connecting it, this should be 1 right away. 2, 1, 3 should be enough. No, it's quite large because it's a small area. 1, 2, 1, 1. As you can see right now, it's okay. You were going to use that because you were going to working different files. So you may lost the references. So you can add this like in here, or you just use the uniform scale too. After that, what we have is, as you can see, we have a different body in the left, the bottom, but it's a bit small. So I'm going to enlarge this area. As you can see, after coming up to here, this areas is in here, this is quite different too. So I'm using this again. No, not join them. Create a new body. I'm adding more material in here. 20 is enough. I'm going to say combine this. This should be the same body. Yeah. After the filter section, as you know, when we do this connection, we didn't do something. Like it's still, there's a not hole in here, so it's not connecting. I'm going to create a hole. So the when water comes in here, this area, it can continue it in here too. So what I can do is, as you know, I have a section analysis. I'm going to able to look this area quite easily. As you can see, these are the bodies I created for it. And to combine, I'm using to cut this area with these tools. Yeah. After deleting it, sorry, my bad. I need to say keep tools because I'm going to use these bodies too. After, as you can see, these are the not needed bodies, and I'm looking and I'm deleting these areas with pressing V. Now we have a hole in here, and I can stop the analysis. And right now, what I need is, as you can see, I need an area with this too. So it will, we have a water collection. This right now. So for that, I'm using this too. It's the same. I'm not going to use join. A new body is enough. So I'm keeping that the different area is enough. It looks same, yeah. And after saying, okay, we have a new body in here. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, we have the faces is points inside of it with this area. So I am going to create a sketch in here. for this folding areas. It will grab the materials. So as you can see, it's not directly goes up. There's a small angle in here. Yeah. So right now, I'm going to create, as you can see, it is 165 or just it's 190. So I'm going to use the middle side of it. Here's the middle as a reference point. This will be a reference. So what I'm going to do is selecting this and keep this a construction line. Also, I'm going to add an area in here. And also there's a small angle like this. After adding this, I am going to, actually it's a bit more in here because, so I made a bit middle. I'm going to place and up in here like this. It's quite easy in Fusion. But be careful when you are just click and dragging this. You will going, if there is the distance is quite important, you will going to lose that distance. I'm acting freely, so it's not that a big deal for me. So adding this point too, with saying that, yeah, it should, that small can be too. Yeah. After doing this, as you can see, I can mirror these 2 points with using this construction line. Yeah. And now I have a body. I have a new area in here. So using this, I'm creating this cavity, this area, emptying this area. And when I'm saying it's not should be that long, and I'm saying cut, it cut it. But what I need is the same in here too. So what can I need is right now to mirror that action to here. I'm going to use now the mirror command. But for now, as you know, we always mirrored something like bodies, faces, etc. But now what we can do is the features that we used. The feature is, as you can see, we have a timeline in it. So I can use this extrude cutting feature as an object. And as the mirror line, as you know, we used the middle line is still the same. This X, the axis. And when I'm saying, okay, it's automatically goes just in here too. So what I also need is, it looks quite sharp in here. Let's see the photo too. These can be smooth. So what I need is using this fillet command in here, in here. Yeah. Now I'm going to giving a fillet. So this area will be changing, will be quite smooth, as you can see. But what I need the same in here to here. So I can use the same fillet command to select in here, but what I can do is, again, just mirror command, and as a feature, I'm selecting this fillet command, and as a mirror option, the mirror could be this replay. And as you can see, it's here right now. So what else do we have left is we finished this area, but as you know, it's still full inside. But what I need is an empty area in here because it will going to contain the water. So also what can I do is I'm going to create another shell in here. Like, as you know, it should be a class later. So I still click appearances and click acrylic clear. As you can see, it appears inside of it. So right now I need an open side top of it. So what I'm going to use is, as you can see, I'm going to choose the shell command. So it's going to ask me to change a shell area in here. When I'm saying this, as you can see, let's see that it's okay. No, sorry, I could have choose the true side of it. So in here, this body not allowing me to access this face. So what I'm going to use is hiding this body a bit. And now I can easily select the upper face. And for the face should be in here. And I'm saying 1 millimeter or, sorry, 2 millimeter, why is, sorry. Oh, not limited to this thickness, I couldn't choose the right side. And also when I did this, the mirroring command, that's my bad. Uh, I couldn't create, I just added a fillet in here. That's my bad. So I'm going to add a fillet in here. So as you know, the fillet is 5. Yeah, let's try right now. Shell command. Yeah, now I can easily create a thickness inside of it. So is enough. And as you can see right now, what's the difference is, yeah, just I did in here 5, but now I just did 2, so it should be to 5. So it will be going to the same material. I'm going to open the old one. Yeah. And in here, I believe that let's give a break in here. So for 5 minutes break, just to get some tea and or water, etc. Then we will going to continue with the other parts too. So just a 5 minutes break.
Okay, thank you, Mehmet, and I will be answering the questions through the chat. So you can take a 5 minutes break, everyone. Thank you. Not allowed. Thank you. Thank you. I forgot to resume the recording. So some of the students ask about using external models, and I told them that it's not allowed. I mean, we will explain the competition rules tomorrow, but I can say that it's not allowed to do that. You can only use McMaster in Fusion, for example, and you can only get, let's say, bolts and nuts from McMaster, right? So you can only get some fasteners through this command in Fusion. Other than that, we are expecting you to model everything from scratch in Fusion. That's the rule. So yeah, I want to clarify that one. And maybe after you finish everything with this model, I can I can show a few things with McMaster, and I can show how you can add some details to your design. Okay, that's all
Okay then.
from me. Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. So let's continue with it. As you can see, actually, we finished the half of it mostly. So as you can see, just near the half, what's missing is the base of everything, the base side, the base of it. So I'm going to now create the space. As you can see, actually, and I'm also, what I'm going to do is, let's see the model itself again. As you can see in here, the model is in here. As you can see, the material is changing in here too. So it's a one body in here. So, but I made two bodies. So I'm going to add something different in here. Like, as you can see, I can create a new body. As I say, new body. And what I can also do is just combining these three of all of it. And also, I need a different area, a different part in here. So what I'm going to do is, as you know, we can create an offset plane, which goes up to in here. And then I can say just, but it's a bit too much. So what I'm going to do is construction again. That's enough, like 10, yeah. And I will going to split that body. Splitting is just like slicing or cutting it with something as a reference as knife, let's say. And here is this area, this plane. And as you can see, I have a new area in here. We will going to give all of the materials later to make sure everything is the same. So right now, let's continue with modeling. As you can see in here, it's a bit smaller, a small bigger than the area in here. Like, as you can see, it's not the same as goes, it's a bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to create a new sketch in bottom of it. After that, I'm going to use this as a reference. How we going to use as a reference another plane, not like a side, or face of a model? We can use project command, and after saying this, as you can see, it projected. It's the purple line, but I need is a bigger of it, a smaller, bigger of it. So we have an offset command in here, and I'm going to selecting this and saying that that's like a bit small. Yeah, a bit small. And because we were going to add a bit fillet. So let's say 10, 30, I don't know. So right now I'm going to finish sketch and extrude command in here. So as you can see, I'm selecting everything. And for the distance, like it's more like a, I don't know, 15. Yeah. 15 is good. Not doing anybody, it will going to be. And after saying, okay, as you can see, here is the base. And what I'm going to do is adding a small pellet, like, or directly. Yeah, here will be going to be the base. So for right now, what we have left is these parts and the front and the copy part in here. So, and right now, I am going to add this line, this area too. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see before moving, I forgot to open an area to connect these filters to that water can. So I'm going to open an area for them. How can I do is, as you can see, I'm going to name this area as water tank. This area, yes, you can name this. Just double click. Yeah, as you can see, the base, and just, I don't know, I can't find a name for it, so just, it can be the base right now. So as you can see, I'm going to create an area in here. So I'm going to open a sketch in here. Yeah. After that, as we all, I used a lot of project command because I need this area in here, as you know. So what I'm going to do is just close the body just for now. And as you can see, I'm just selecting these areas as a reference. So I'm taking the exact same locations, and also I'm taking the radius of it, and it's the same because I projected it automatically. So when I'm saying okay, I'm going to open the body for 2. And as you can see in here, now when I'm saying finish sketch, I'm going to use extrude command in here, as you can see, and I'm saying that extrude until the end of this part. And yeah, as you can see right now, it's going directly. So it's connected with the upper part of it. Yeah, no, sorry, it should be a bit smaller. No, yeah. As you can see, it's directly going up to here. Yeah, 20. Yeah, it's empty right now. So what we have left is I'm going to open the hide areas, just I hide it. I'm going to create the other container, or let easily, as you know, we just use a reference in here to create an area like that in here. And what I'm going to do is the same in here too. And I'm just opening a sketch in here, and then just create a 5mm. So because the shoot it's 5mm long, what I'm going to do is just clicking tab and say 5mm length of it. And I'm saying okay, enter it. As you can see, I have the body of it. So for my sweep references, it would be this, by the way. But you're going to have a different problem in here. You will going to see when I'm saying sweep this and this, as you can see, it's choosing all of it. So what can I say is, actually, I don't need to sweep it in here. I just wanted to use a different command because when I'm sweeping it, as you can see, it goes all around. But what I can do is just use this area as a reference because it's the same. It's same. And I'm saying that use this area, but I don't want to use this line in here. So I am going to project this length. Yeah, as you can see, I can now click it. And when I'm saying extrude up to the here, but it can be a new body because there's a different material and it's a different body. And after finishing this, as you can see, I'm going to continue with adding details on it. So we have this area. It's a small drawer in here. So I'm going to create this drawer in here. Like how? I'm going to say that I'll create a sketch on it. So I'm going to create a drawer. Like it's more like this. Yeah, that's enough, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, for example. And after that, I'm going to say that duplicate this line in here. And now, as you can see, I created my drawers area. Is it okay? Yes. And after saying finish sketch, I will going to use this tool line. First, as you can see, I can delete and say, and with cavity, I also can refill it. And I'm saying new body. I create my drawer. So as you can see, there's some details for grabbing it in here. I'm going to add a grabbing area in here. But for working more freely, I'm going to make a different acting here. And I'm going to take it out. As you can see, I just moved 300 millimeters. I'm going to keep it that line because later when I'm finished my work in here, I'm going to put it back in here. So when I'm saying okay, I am selecting this area and saying like the grabbing area is, how was it? Yeah, it's near the middle and so there's some angles in here. I'm going to make it look like this, like for now. Yeah, for example, in here. Yeah. Also, then I'm going to fillet these a bigger fillet, as you can see. When I'm saying okay, I'm going to mirror these lines, but don't forget to select. As you can see, it's small. You may not see this small line, so don't forget what you used before. When I'm mirroring, I need a reference mirror line. So I'm adding just a line for reference. For not creating confusion, I can say it can be a construction line. Now it's different looking. And now I'm selecting these three lines, mirror line as this, and saying okay. As you can see, and now I created this. Now, as you can see, I have this line. So what I'm going to do is using extrude command in here and creating an area inside of it. So what I'm going to do is adding a fillet, a small fillet, creating a drawer. The inside should be empty, as you know. And so I'm using the shell command. 5 millimeters is enough. So what I'm going to do is just put it back 300 millimeters, and yeah, here's how a drawer works. And as you know, as you can see in here, we have another gripping area, just same of it. So what I'm going to do is just using the same sketch in here. As you know, I just created a sketch to create it. So the last sketch it should be when I'm saying open it, as you can see here it is. So and I am going to open it again. I'm going to just align this in. I'm going to just mirror it in here. So I need to create a mirror line. But first I need to specify this line. When I'm saying projected it, as you can see, this and this area is 250 millimeters. So divide 2 is, yeah, as you can see, 125 millimeter is the middle line that we will going to use as a mirror reference. So after that, I'm going to use the mirror command, just as saying that the objects are these. Don't forget to select the small ones, or yeah, and here too. After saying as a mirror line of this, as you can see, it's just in here. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is applying this to here. As a cut reference. Yeah. Let's add a small amount of pellet. Like 2, just like it. Yeah. Here it is. As you can see, we just created these 2 areas. But yeah, for now, what we have left is this screen, the coffee pot area. I don't know how should I say that. The area that we are putting our cup and handle. So for this part, I'm going to hand over the everything to Emre to keep going with this design. But before that, don't forget always save your file. So the Emre can work it here. I'm going to save it. You can name it also, but I'm not naming it, just using that. Also, yeah, that's it. Now Emre can work my file. So I'm going to stop my sharing. Yes, you're
Okay.
going to meet again.
Thank you, Mehmet.
Thank
Well, it was
you.
intense, but it was very nice. So just to simulate how you can work together with your teammates, while he was doing the design, I also did a design in the background, and you can see that. Maybe I can quickly share my screen. So that was the portafilter. Of course, we're going to design it quickly from scratch, but the thing I want to show you guys is while your other teammates are doing their stuff, you can also work on that in just some basic dimensions. You can always change it or scale it, and you can import that design to your master assembly. So basically, we're gonna check his design. If it's, yeah, you can see that. I can see it over here. It's already been updated. So let me hide the remaining sketch. And to drag it there, it's very simple. You can the only thing you should do is put the designs in the same folder, same working space, and you can just drag it over here. But before we do it, let's check if I match the dimensions. We can quickly observe it by just doing the basic manipulation tools. I think it's quite okay for now, but we're gonna keep it a bit interesting. So I will delete it for now and we will do it quickly. So that's a very basic one. Of course, we can put a lot of details on it, but since that's just a rapid design progress, I'll just want to show you the basics over here. So the thing that I did was just create
Emre,
the top
so
surface.
sorry.
Oh,
Sorry to
yeah,
interrupt you. Maybe we can show, I mean, as I said, this will always happen for the new users. So when you import your friend's design into the final assembly, you will see the scale is not matching, and I can say that it's normal because I mean, let me say something. So the first designathon I know happened in Turkey like 10 years ago, and they asked us. I was a student by that time, and I asked to design a 3 year old a bicycle for 3 year olds, right? So I worked with my teammates, and the wheel I modeled was 10 times bigger than the bicycle itself. So that's totally normal. And maybe we can show the students, let's say, we can import the model to final assembly, and we can break the link and we can scale it right into assembly model. What do you think?
absolutely.
Just
Yeah, sure,
yeah,
sure.
because
That's a good idea.
this will be easier for them to scale in the final model rather than scaling, saving, refreshing the model, etc.
For
I
sure.
just got that idea because that will happen so many times tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to foresee the coming problems might happen tomorrow. I think that will be a good. So I'll do what Mr. Furkan said. All you have to do is basically save your design, both of your designs, and hand over the master assembly and get your data panel. And after this, all you can do is just drag it on your design and Yeah, you can see that my design is slightly bigger than what he did. We can quickly change it. So for now, of course, we can do a lot of different implements here and a bunch of different materials over there. But basically, just put an approximate point over here, okay? And then you can use point-to-point feature here under the move and copy feature. So the next point is your origin point. The origin point is basically the point that you want to move. So for this one, I will be selecting my top surface. Yeah, but before I do it, of course, I need to break the link because this one cannot be editable right now because it's already linked with the previous design, which is the main design. So that's very simple. You can see that both my bottle and portafilter is linked with this chain icon. To break the link, you can right click on that, say break the link. But when you do it, whatever you do here will not be affect your previous design. So you need to take this account. Okay, so I go back to my move copy tool again, point to point, and my origin point again is selected as the top surface. Yep, this one, and the target point is going to be here, some other points. But with this one, I think, yeah, I need to select this as body, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yeah. So data hierarchy is very important here. The first thing that I did was selecting as a component, but that was just the whole component that stacks 3 different bodies beneath it. So that's why you need to select them one by one, especially if you're importing from the other side. So that's important. Just select them one by one with bodies. If that doesn't work, try to change the order over here. You can definitely check out if if the link is broken or not. Okay, later then you can move back to free move. And you can see that my axis is definitely not very good in good position. But for now, just to see it, I'll just put it in a random position. And yeah, okay. So the next thing might be we can scale it quickly here because this design right now, the portafilter, is belong to the master assembly. So the other one, which is this one, is not going to be affected. Like if you do a random change here, let's say that this one, it's not going to be seen here anymore, okay? Even though you save it, I will undo it right now. Okay, so let's quickly scale it. You can reach the scale feature under modify tab right there. The entities I want to scale is just 3 of them, the bottom part and the handle. The point matters because this is going to be your reference. The point is basically the origin point where your scale is affecting. So I'm going to select the point as maybe like somewhere in the middle, or if it's not selectable, because once you change it, you need to maybe hide some bodies, but some of the bodies that has been created, maybe this one. Yep. Let's get back to this scale. I will reselect them quickly. You can keep them over there as well, but that's fine. You can keep it here. So you can easily attach it according to your design methodology. It's definitely same. So for now, let's say that make it quickly slightly smaller. I will type here 0.8. So this one is right now in the same design, but as a smaller feature on that. So we can quickly compare it. The inner diameter is right now 17.20, say 75.20, I'm sorry. But this one is 94. Okay, so we slightly made it smaller and we can keep going on this. From now, that's actually a very basic design, I think, to save it a bit quicker, we can just skip that. But the thing that I did here is very, very basic. I just created 2 cylinders on top of each other, add some fillet. In order to create a circle here, I created an offset plane, which is basically called a tangent plane right here. You can reach it under construct, tangent plane. And after then, the rest is very simple. Create a circle and this is just for a connection, and the rest is basically creating the handle. I saw a question on the chat box that asking me like how I did the taper angle. I basically do it by using extrude. If you can see the arc over here that basically allow you to adjust your taper angle, it's right here. Or you can reach it from this text over here, this box. So that's it. And the rest is basically adding some chamfers here, fillets in some places that need it over here as well, and shell for the top. That's it. So it includes just 3 bodies in the same design. Okay, even though I save it, that's not going to be updated, don't worry. So because we already broke the link. So we can move it down, all of them, one by one. And we can keep it here for now because we need to add the screen section here. So this one is probably includes some, I don't know, like water pumps and the electronics inside. So that's why we can go here and create a sketch quickly. But again, since I imported a new component, I need to capture the position or revert the position. So if you say revert the position, that's going to put it back to the initial location where you imported first time. But for now, I'm happy with the location, so I will say capture position, and it's going to keep it here. Okay, so again, I rotated my camera just to see it a bit clearly, and I need to take a reference from this line. So again, I think we've used over 10 times today. Project include and project is a very quick tool where you can take references for 2D sketches. And the geometry is over here. That's it. And if you want to add some extra tolerance over here between 2 of them, you can just bring a slight gap between them. But for now, I think it's not necessary. Finish sketch. And then just extrude it. But remember to keep it as a new body or new component. It doesn't matter which one you're selecting. Mehmet was usually using the new body, which is completely okay. And in this way, you've seen both design principles. I will keep it as a new component. There is definitely no big difference at this moment. You don't have to be confused. You can go either new body, new component. The only difference is they will be stacked in different orientation over here. Okay. So let's say okay on this, and the new component is right here. Whenever I move it, you're going to see the position has changed, and either I need to capture position or revert position. It's okay. For now, I think we can quickly add the LED screen over here, and that's going to give us some maybe data about the coffee that we're brewing. Okay. Let me see if we can do something extra before we do it, but I don't think so. Let's create sketch quickly. And of course, as you can imagine, that's a rectangular shape. So I will be making a rectangle there to there. I press D on my keyboard to give some basic dimensions, 100 by 230. And of course, we need the location, right? Because this one is right now under constraint. I press D again. The only thing I should do is I need to pick an exact location that I can take a reference for, which is for now, origin is a good point. So again, a reminder, Fusion can make mathematical operations in the text box. I can type here 230 divided by 2. So that's going to keep it in this position. And for here, I can take this reference, maybe 30. Yes. Okay. And right now, I think I can extrude it. I need to make a space for the screen. Maybe that's too much. Okay. Again, we can put some fillets right there, here, and here in 4 corners. Okay. Next thing, create a sketch on this extra face over there. Just to put a good depth in between them, I will just offset this inside. You can go under modify, offset, select the edge, and put it inwards, like maybe -2 millimeters. Finish sketch, and then we can press extrude and up until here. But this time it's going to be, we can keep it as new body because that's actually in this same relevant folder. It's under the component 9. So it's basically good for data managing, okay? But it's going to be located over here. But whenever you need it, you can just drag it and put it there. But for now, it's not needed. Okay, so cool. That's going to be the screen. And maybe I can add quick fillet on the bottom so that it looks smoother. Okay, it's time to do the portafilter housing for here. So to do this, we need to move it down a bit, and we need to capture the position. For now, I can just leave it here because eventually I will put this in the proper location. So I say capture position so that it's going to be there. Whenever I move it, it's going to go back to the, the saved position. Okay, so let's create a sketch here. And there we go. So the only thing I need to know right now is the diameter of this cylinder so that I can use it as this one. But it's definitely okay. If you don't want to deal with these dimensions, you can always scale and try to fit it. Basically, the method doesn't matter. So for now, I can quickly look at this. It has 80 millimeters. You can look at the right and bottom corner. It shows you the dimensions. I'm not going to use the projection because I have no idea about the location. It could be correct or wrong. So I will do it manually. I press C on my keyboard to get the circle tool. Okay, so the 80 is the outer diameter, right? So we need to make it a bit larger just to fit it inside. Maybe like 90. And then we can create a line just in between them. And I will make it construction so that it's not going to divide my section in the middle. Then I will drag it on there so that it snaps and it's going to stay there. And after then, I will select both of my, both the line, the construction line, and the point by holding my control key. Then I will go constraints, and we say midpoint. So that's going to put this in the middle. Okay, that's a very good constraint tool where you can use it in your design. Let's say finish sketch, and we're going to extrude it. Okay, so it could be joined, but if you're going to add an even material on it, always having a separate body is easier. So you can keep it as new body. Okay. Then lastly, I will create an inset for this one so that it can fit inside. But at this point, I think I need to know like the depth. So you can go in the measure tool, select two faces that you want to measure. It says 60. Oh, sorry. Let's check quickly. Yeah, it says 16 over here. And by doing this, you will be able to find out how much deep you want to put this inside. Again, create sketch. It's going to be 80, right? Of course, I'm repeating again in real life. No tolerance is a mistake, but for now, we're just making a preliminary design, so it doesn't have to be exact. Put here 80. Then I hit E on my keyboard for extrude just to cut this. I think -15 or 10 is okay because I don't want to put this fully inside. Okay, so last but not least, we're going to use move copy tool again. And this time, make sure you select the bodies and then change it to point. We're going to match the centers. This one or this one, it doesn't matter. This and the target point is right here, so it moves it correct. Then you can quickly put it inside as you wish. Okay, that's it. It looks cool. All right, so this part is quite okay for me. Let's check if we need to do anything else. I don't think so. We can do the bottom where the the water and the other coming at stuff like the spills can go here, and it's like a
Yeah, maybe you
drainage
can
over here.
model a grid there.
The grip, you mean?
No, the grid for the
The grid, yeah,
parts
sure.
that yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'll do. Okay.
Great.
So to do it, we can use the same space where Mehmet created, or we can do an extended version here. It's definitely up to you. But for now, I think that space is quite enough. I create the sketch over here, and then I will put an offset, maybe like -10. I think it's okay. Then we can create an extrusion, maybe -10, or that might be too big. Yeah, -5. Okay, so that was actually for the bottom part, but we need an extra plate here. It's just maybe like a thin plate where it puts, I don't know, like the solids or the other stuff that doesn't have to go down, basically for liquids. I create a sketch here again. One more time, I'm saying that just to create a slight depth, and it's going to look better in render. I will put another offset here, but that's going to be slightly lower, like -2. Okay, finish sketch, and then extrude it until here. We don't have to use join for this one. That can be a separate body. I put a new body over here. There we go. And for the holes on there, Fusion has a beautiful feature. Actually, you can use it if you use a student license. You can reach it under Create, Pattern, and Geometric Pattern. Instead of creating the circles one by one, which takes a lot of time, you can use this. You can activate it. If you're using this feature for the first time, you might need to activate it on your license, but it's very quick, don't worry. By activating this, you will be able to use that. So selecting the face will allow you to change a few of different stuff here. We don't have to use the custom object. It could be like a sphere. Okay, it could be a cylinder, which I will use right now, and other stuff as well. The pattern is definitely okay, but for now, the good thing is I want to keep the center larger, but the sides could be smaller. So I will just type here 15, but this one could be 5 maybe. So you can change the limits. Of course, any time you can use it depending on your design. You can change the distribution for something like this, like maybe if you're looking for a different shape, that's always okay. The distance over here is basically indicating the things that you do here. You can always change them. U and V is defining the directions. Let's say if you make a 15, it's going to change it along this distance. I think the more that you make it, the circle might get close to each other. So it's better to keep it in a good, good way. Something like this. The U distance is like similarly same for but the different direction. I think we can slightly increase that until we find the sweet spot. Yeah, I think it looks okay. Once you say change the operation as cut, when you say okay, that's going to change it. Read it. By playing this, if you spend some time, you're going to find the best spot for this. I know it doesn't look very aesthetic right now, but you can definitely find the best alignment for you. Okay, so for now, I think maybe let me see what else we can do. There's anything left. I guess it's pretty much done. We have almost 20 minutes, and Mehmet is going to make the render part. Uh, this part is actually quite important because that's the time that you're going to learn how to upload your final design, which we showed 2 times before, but it's okay. You can take a look at how you're going to attach material and send us your rendered file. Okay, so I think I can stop here.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Emre, thank you. And maybe after Mehmet shows how you can assign materials, I can also show um,
Make
how you
master
can use
components.
the McMaster, yeah, how you can use McMaster, how can you include your design some fasteners like bolts, nuts, etc. And we can finalize the modeling training. Again, thank you so much, everyone. I know it's super intense and we have never stopped, but I still, I mean, I saw a few questions. Again, similar topic. We will be sharing everything with you after we upload the recording to YouTube. So no worries, you will have time to remodel everything in Fusion. Corne, it's not allowed to use different software for the competition. You need to do everything in Fusion from scratch. You need to create your models in Fusion. You need to, let's say, render workspace in Fusion, because we won't be asking you for, let's say, PNG file, etc. You won't be, yeah, okay. I guess that's enough answer for your question. Yeah, Mehmet, please continue. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. So the next step is giving a solar, let's say, appearances to our models, giving a materials to it. Actually, I just showed a bit at the filter section, but now we will going to go more deeper on that. Just for that, first we need to do is just going back to the render section. As you can see in here, we have a design, generate, design, etc., and render section on it. And render section, as you can see, let me, oh, sorry. I'm going to share it again, my screen. Yeah. Okay. As you can see in here, in the render section, we have an appearance in here. So in here, we will going to give some appearances to our design. I'm going to open this area, and I am now start to give some materials that, for example, start within here, like it's look like a rose gold, I think. But now it's rose gold and metallic looking in here. So I'm going to find the metals. In here, it should be, I don't know, maybe aluminum. So when I'm looking it, as you can see, you can look some and looking near or same identical material in here, but it's not always happens. So some materials are editable, by the way. For example, I'm said that it's look like an aluminum and anodized glossy maybe. And when I'm downloading it, I can click it, right click. And after that, I'm saying edit. In the edit panel, as you can see, the colors appearances, right? So I can select a color for it. For example, in here, I don't know, maybe like something like this. Yeah, as you can see, it's changed. And then now I am adding the appearance on here, the materials of that. As you can see, I'm adding on here. Oh, so let's go back to the photograph. This is actually should be as you can see, wood, but this is the same body, so I need to go and fix that. So what I'm going to do is go design and say that split this body according to this. I can select this face. Yeah. In here, I have a new body in here. So let's go back to the render appearance. Yeah. Let's go find wood. Here's the walnut. I can just, sorry. Why it's white, I don't know. I probably just downloaded wrong one. I'm going back again, and I'm going to find a here. Where is the wood? Yeah, this look like a, I don't know, a dark bamboo. It can be dark bamboo, semi gloss. I'm adding in here also. I'm adding the material on there. As you can see, it automatically appears in here. I'm going to give them more material. I'm going to keep that up. Yeah, here the top is also wood. And here is also wood. I gave them. So let's go with this material. Actually, it looks a bit dark in here. We're going to fix that. I will find, for example, is it walnut? Let's give a walnut in here too. Yeah. So I'm continuing with it. I'm giving materials, just looking at it. Let's create a material looks more like this. It's actually a metal, but brownish, etc. I don't know. It looks like a metal to me. Let's give a metal. Yeah, and a dice velocity, let's say. And I'm going to edit it because there's a certain color I want to use. I don't know. Maybe something like this. And I can now give it that material in here too. In maybe in here too. With all of these areas, the screen, I will going to give another material to that. What was the top of it? Let's check it. Yeah, the top of it. Let's let it be a wood. Yeah. So let's for now, let's say that it's okay for now. We can add more materials. It's up to yours. So when you editing materials, giving materials to the design, after that, what you can see in here is when I'm saying close, yeah, there is a scene settings in here, which is actually the render area. So we have a scene at the background which surrounds your design, which is much more meaningful area, or which helps us to see much more details about your design. So in here we have scene settings. For example, we can add some light in here. Also, here's the environment settings. As you know, we have a position in here which changes the position of the light, as you can see. So what's important is you need to adjust these sections which, as you, for example, you wanted to make look this area is important, but if you keep the light, sorry, my bad, but if you keep the light just behind it and when it's all dark, as you can see, so it's your design becomes not meaningful, or you are not helping the others when they are looking your beautiful designs. The details may lost. So as you know, just use the slide command according to you, your needs. After that, you can add some brightness, but if you add more, it look like this. So the 2-3K looks enough to me for now. Also, what do I have is background. This is important. We have two background selections. First of it is environment. So as you can see, the environment is now a solid color. When I'm saying environment, so I have an environment library, like in here, as you can see, environment library. After that, selecting this, we have some environments. For example, let's say, I don't know, maybe try lake bed. I'm downloading it, and when I'm selecting it, yeah, here it is. As you can see, the area, the background is just adapts. So for example, if you have a bicycle in this city, you can select plaza and add a bicycle in here. Also, yeah. So what we have is in here is, so we should 35. So also you can select solid color and add another color which helps us to see your details a bit easier. Also, what we can change in here is the ground plane. We have a ground plane in here. And after that, if the ground is something like a reflective materials, you can select the reflection and you can change the roughness of it. Or you can say to flatten ground in here, so you can place your design in here. For example, we're going to keep, come to that now. After that, also there are some focal lengths, exposure selections that you may know if you are interested with photography, cameras. Also depth of field, but this is ray tracing needed, so it's not always available. I recommended that not select that a lot. Like this, you can after designing your your parts designs, you can give materials from in here. Also, we have an important things in here. Another selection is decal. For adding more details, so you may not able to add, for example, let's think that you have a sticker on a material. So you shouldn't have to design how it looks, this sticker. You can just select decal and select a model, a photograph, and say, place that on in here. For example, right now. As you can see, I'm adding the screen right now. I'm enlarging it also in this side to blah blah. So in here, you can add more, you can give some details with decal. It's also like, looks like a sticker, as I said just before. But also it's, you can do, what also you can do is, for example, this flipped image, a logo. Also, the Fusion automatically adapts the photography of the, according to the design's phases. As you can see, there is a fillet in here and photograph just adapts itself. So it's possible in Fusion too. So in here also, let's quite enough in for the competition. Of course, you can dive in by yourself whenever you want. Also, in here, the taking renders selection, which is, as you can see here, we have a render. When I select, when I click it, we have some options, the sizes, etc. But also, the Fusion has an option that you can ask the cloud to take your renders. For example, your computer is full of works and you don't have to use some power for the render. You can ask the cloud for it. For example, because of you have a student license, you have unlimited credits for taking renders. Let me send a render to the cloud. Also, you can take local renders too. When I'm saying submitted, it is now submitting the, as you can see, the server to take render. It will going to take a time. As you can see, when I take it render, it says like less than 10 minutes. It will be going to ready. So here is the area that you will going to place it. But there is an important thing. When we, how we are going to take your design end of the competition tomorrow, when you finish your design, how you will going to give the design.
Mehmet, maybe before that I can I can continue with the fasteners, etc. And we have
Okay.
some questions. Yeah, Ahmet, for example, he asked if you have to do lighting and render during the competition. So we won't be asking you take or get renders because we won't be asking you to share with us a PNG file. But in Fusion, you can after you create your scene, assign your materials, you can share file of your design like the starter project that we use, right? So, Mehmet, did you save the file with the materials
Yeah,
assigned?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I said it.
Okay, let me refresh the. Let me check. And I will share my screen as well. I'm just checking the. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, so let me share it quickly. Um, okay, I'm adjusting it. So you should able to see my screen. And by the way, that's the great thing with Fusion, since it's cloud-based, we don't have to stay in the same room. We are not even living in the same city and even country. So that's the great way to use Fusion. That's the great way to use cloud technology. And Fusion offers so many things with this cloud technology. I have to add this. So as you can see, I'm sharing my screen and I'm seeing the design that material assigned. And maybe I can add one thing about decal. That would be better for you if you used images that have transparent background. So you won't see the white background here as we are seeing right now. So that's a great way to use decals in Fusion, and it will include, or it will, let's say, increase the detail level of your design, right? So let me go back to design section. You are seeing our model. So I need to say that it's a rule to use Fusion for everything for this competition. Like, you need to create your design from scratch in Fusion. You can't use the models you prepared before the competition. You can't use, let's say, 3D models from different websites or from the internet, etc. Of course, you can use the internet for your research. You can use anything for research purposes, but you need to do everything in Fusion. But there is one point that we are allowing you to use. So, if you are working on an assembly or hybrid design, you will see a McMaster card component under the insert menu, right? So if you click it, you will see bunch of 3D models like fastening and joining. You are seeing fastening and joining categories here. Sorry, as I said, that was intense training. There are so many models. Of course, we are not allowing to use all of these, but let's say you want to include screws and bolts, or there are different stuff like nuts. We are for this competition, and we want to make you able to create complicated design, a design looking great. You will able to use screws and bolts and nuts for tomorrow. And let me show you how we can use it. It's super straightforward. Let's say we want to include a bolt or screw to this design. You can always let me make this screen kind of bigger. Okay, you should see more. Let's say flat hat, steel hex drive, flat hat, etc. And you will see a list with dimensions, right? You can continue with the one fits to your design, or you can also filter the outcomes through the panel on the left. So let's say, we are using the metric system uh, for this design, and you can select the length of this screw, or let's say, I'm searching for it. Let's say we have a screw with head diameter of 10 millimeter. Let's give it a try, right? And after you clicked one of the listed 3D models, you can select 3D step here, and right after you click download, Fusion automatically get that model for you. As you can see, now we have a screw detail in our design. So we are not expecting you to create a model that works perfectly in physical life, right? Because we have only one day and there's not enough time for that. But you will see, we will reveal the criteria and everything tomorrow. You will see that your designs needs to include details. So that's one of the way that jury sees your design. So that's important. First thing I need to move with not perspective and orthographic view. So we are seeing our design. I can always select the design from the browser here. After selected, I'm pressing M from my keyboard, and this will trigger the move command. And let's say, I mean, this is not my design, of course, and we don't have anything like that in this design, but I want to show how you can use this fasteners, etc. And I'm adjusting the position of this fastener. Like this is too much, right? Yeah, let's say something like this. And I can, in Fusion, you can always copy and paste bodies or components. And I just click the component on the browser, Control C, Control V. And I mean, this means copy and paste. It's like Windows shortcut. And let's say capture position and move this a bit more. I'm selecting both of these, Control C, Control V. And I started edit to details to this design. So this is important because this will make your design looking better. And I want to say that you also need to apply fillets or chamfers to your design because this also increase your, let's say, detail level. You can see, as you can see here. Like I'm seeing so many sharp edges, just pressing F from my keyboard. This is the shortcut of fillet. And as soon as you apply fillets, you will see that your design will look even better. And it's same for model workspace and rendering workspace. Like let's check the render workspace. You can see the edges are looking even better, and that's important because tomorrow maybe I can cover this part as well, Mehmet. uh, Tomorrow we will be asking you to create a link with your final design and create a link, and you will be sharing the link with us. So for this, you will see a file icon here, and I will wait. I will pause here for a while, for a few seconds, and you will see share file link option here. When you click the link or when you click the comment, uh, Fusion give you some options like share the latest version with anyone using this link. You need to activate this, and Fusion automatically says, I mean, the item will be downloadable, and you will see a link here. So that's the link you will be sharing with us tomorrow. And there is one important point. Fusion, I mean, let's say before the deadline, you share the link with us tomorrow. After competition finished, but we didn't start the let's say jury evaluation session. If you make any change on your design, the link will be updated with the latest version of your design. So you shouldn't do any change on your final design before we announce the winners. Okay? I mean, we will explain everything tomorrow about this, but I want to tell you beforehand. Okay, we have the link, and let me open my browser, Google Chrome, and let's wait for a while. And you can see everything Mehmet did in the rendering workspace. We are able to see here. So that is why the materials we applied on your model is important. Scene settings are important because this is the view that jury members will see, okay, while evaluating your design. Yeah, that's why it's important. And let me show you something. Let's say I open the Fusion again, and I will do some change on the, let's say, scene. What I can do, let's say I will be using environment, and let's activate the flatten ground option, close. And I want to do a slight change on the color of this material, to be honest, because it's pink right now. let's yeah, I mean, I get that it's kind of hard to get that exact color. Um, let's say this one better, right? So when I save this, okay, let's open the link I created again, and when I press F5 for refreshing it, it will update the link for us. Let's wait for a while. And by the way, I will share this link with you as well through Discord and Zoom chat. Actually, let me share directly before ending the meeting, so you will have time to check the link if you are not using Discord. Okay. So, okay, let's open the browser, and you can see that our design is visible with the updated material, and that's important. And I wanted to explain this before finish the modeling session. Okay, let me stop my sharing. That's all. But before finish the whole session, and maybe we can give some quick overview about tomorrow if Thomas here with us.
Yeah, I am indeed. So that's great. Thank you both Furkan, Emre, and Mehmet for this very comprehensive training. I know that many of you who are watching feel that it's been a bit overwhelming, but as Furkan said multiple times, we will send out the recording. It will take a couple of hours for the tools to process it, but you will get an email. It will be posted in Discord, so you have that together with the previous trainings we did. So it can feel overwhelming. I'm absolutely certain that if you've stayed this long, you will have a great time tomorrow, and what you've seen today will help a lot. And let's talk about tomorrow. So, tomorrow is the big day, the competition day. You've also heard throughout these presentations that that's when we're revealing the actual design challenge. And it will be quite detailed. So, we will go through it from start to finish. And once we have finished, we will share the information in writing through these channels, as you've heard. Given that there's so many of us here, there's 28 countries participating. So we are trying to present the different time zones in a way here so that you can look for your country in the list and find the right time. But the session tomorrow is scheduled to start at 9 a.m. British summer time, so 9 a.m. in the UK. And as a reference point, the call today started at 11 a.m. UK, so this session tomorrow starts 2 hours earlier tomorrow. So it's an early Saturday morning for some of you, and for others it's afternoon if you're more in the eastern side of the world, but we're hoping to do this. Tomorrow's call will be that briefing, and I want to underline that we're going to run it for approximately 45 minutes. Sometimes we've had, in the previous years, we've had a lot of questions, so then we've run it a little longer. But once we've gone through the briefing, you are free to then log off from the call and focus fully on your design together with your team in Fusion. So just to say that one more time, you do not need to sit in a meeting all day tomorrow. It's only 45 minutes. And if you happen to miss this briefing, then we will still share the information in writing so you can still participate in the Designathon. With that said, though, and also watching all the great questions that have come in through today, I would strongly recommend that you are attending that session so that you get all the information you need to be successful and compete in this competition. Another very important point about timings is what you see at the very bottom of this slide, which is the time when you need to send in your competition entry tomorrow. And you also just heard a little bit about that. And a lot of what we will share tomorrow will explain the exact nature and the details. We will have a link where you will submit your Fusion file that you've seen, how you share, etc. But take note that the official end time of the competition is 7 p.m. UK time again, and the equivalent local corresponding time in your time zone. We will show that in tomorrow's call, but I want to reiterate that any submission after that time will unfortunately not be accepted as a competition entry. So we're keeping it very strict there, and it's out of fairness for everyone who's joining us, so that it's a fair playing field, so to speak. But don't worry, you will get emails, you will see notifications in Discord, and we will also talk about it. So we're doing our very best to inform you, and I hope we're not overburdening you with information. But maybe it's good to have one extra verification rather than one too few. Is our approach here. So hopefully that makes sense. And it will be using a form. So we will be sharing a URL where you will access and upload the data so that it's tracked in a secure and operationally efficient manner for us. So don't worry, we will share all of that information tomorrow, both verbally and in writing. Now, the same team you work with today, so Emre, Mehmet, and Furkan in particular, but also Anna and Sonia and myself, we will all be here tomorrow. And the Discord channel is really the main vehicle for speaking and engaging with us during tomorrow after we've had that initial call in the morning. So don't hesitate, especially Emre and Mehmet want to be busy. They want to help you as best as they can. So you should ask questions and they can help you within reasons, of course. They're not going to design your competition, but any challenge with Fusion, with something that doesn't work, or if you didn't fully capture what we cover in the morning, then you should rather ask and we will do our best to help you within reason. And as I said, there will be reminders sent out on multiple occasions throughout tomorrow as well. So with that said, I know it's been an intense day. We've covered a lot of ground here, so we're going to start rounding off. But I saw that there were a few more questions that came in on the chat, and maybe we can just spend a few minutes to cover those now since we're all here, and then we'll finally round off. So Furkan, there was a question about, I'm not sure you answered that already, but there's a question about using the AI assistant in Fusion and what is the approach to that?
Well, I mean, by the time we prepared this competition, it was like preview, and we didn't include the AI assistant in Fusion, and we are not thinking to include that. But of course, you can always ask your questions through AI. I mean, to Autodesk's AI assistant or other AI tools. You are welcome to do that, but please don't ask AI to model something for you. Okay, so we might need a few more years to do that, but for this competition, we are asking you to model by your itself. But as I said, if you have any question about Fusion, you can always ask AI assistant. That's a great tool. I can say that, and you can use other AI assistants to help you with your questions about Fusion. I can say that.
Perfect, thank you. There were a few more questions in writing now about where you submit your project tomorrow. So just to say that again, we will share a URL to a form where you will upload you will copy and paste the link from Fusion, and you will be also asked to provide a short description of your project as part of the competition submission. But don't worry, we will show you the screen, what it looks like tomorrow, and we will also send all the URLs. So hold on tight, basically. I see that there's a question that just came in as well about does finishing fast contribute to the final results?
Yeah, that's great approach, but it's not, unfortunately. So we have a deadline, and you can spend your time as you wish, but there won't be any beneficial thing if you deliver your model before everyone else. So you have time.
Indeed.
Spend it wisely. Yeah.
Yes, and you will be given the challenge. So there's a question whether you come up with your own design. So you will be given a brief, what you need to provide, and you will also be given a starter file, as you've maybe heard here through the competition. But then after that, you're free to do what you want. But it's not, it's within restrictions and meeting a design brief, just as you once you're engineers, product designers, that's a work-life realistic scenario. You will be given a scenario by someone probably like me, a person who's not an engineer but who wants something solved, and it's your job to figure out the best solution within the constraints that you are being given. So don't worry, it's not, you will have room to be creative and figure out clever and nice looking solutions, but you will have to follow the guidelines. You're not just designing in isolation. That's not what we're after here. So,
Yeah, thank you.
okay.
I saw one,
yep.
maybe this is the last one, maybe I'm not sure. I don't want to spend the time here. Does it need to be a single part or assembly? It should be definitely an assembly because I mean we are expecting you to create a detailed model. So it's not possible to explain what you design within a single part. So that will be assembly definitely.
Great. There's also a question about access to Fusion, which I wanted to address verbally here. So there's a point made of if someone doesn't have an educational license, is that still okay to participate in the competition? As long as it's a genuine license of Autodesk Fusion, there are other ways of retrieving Autodesk Fusion. There's, for example, a hobbyist edition that you can download from Autodesk website. There's a for pay solution that maybe some of you have. But what I wanted to underline very clearly is that as students, you have access to free software to the education community. And this competition is aimed at students. So we are not going to hand out any awards to individuals who are not currently actively enrolled in a qualified educational institution. And that will actually be part of the verification that we will do once the jury has shortlisted potential winners. We will reach out to each of those teams and require to see documentation, formal documentation from your country that you are legitimately a student. And the reason we're doing this is, again, to ensure fairness. This is an initiative for students, and that's what we want to ensure. So I know that's partly an answer, but to say there are different ways of retrieving Fusion licenses that are all legitimate, and you can find, as I said, a free edition through Autodesk, but the competition is only open to students, so you are aware of that.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas.
Thank you. Okay, I see there's one more question about the challenge. We will provide a specification what the jury is looking for and also show you tomorrow what criteria they will be using to assess your projects. But Furkan, there is a question about whether we're expected to model whatever we're given or design each component. Do you want to say something about that? Whether they are expected to model whatever we're given or design each components.
Well, I mean, first of all, we won't be asking you to, let's say, model a coffee machine. So that won't be a topic for the competition. We will give you some requirements and we will expect you to solve the problems given to you. So you will be designing each components at the end. You will create an assembly and share with the jury, with us. I mean, with a submission link, of course. We won't be presenting to jury directly, but that's the thing about the competition.
Okay, great. And there was also now a question that just came in about the awards. So you may have missed the intro of this, but we will cover the awards tomorrow as well. So we will go through and show you exactly what we have in store here. But I can say the first prize is a very exciting opportunity to actually get real-time coaching by Autodesk at their state-of-the-art advanced manufacturing unit, which is famous in the world of Autodesk in Birmingham in the UK. And that includes all expenses paid, plus in that training an opportunity to present to key stakeholders at Autodesk and go through a very in-depth training. So I'm fairly confident, or very confident actually, that I can say that that experience would stand out on anyone's CV once it's time to showcase yourselves to future employers. So we're very grateful to Autodesk that they're organizing that and providing such a comprehensive sponsorship of this competition. So I hope that the team that wins tomorrow will have a great time at the advanced manufacturing unit. Okay, now lots of questions. That's always great. As said, keep them coming. But it's time to round off, I think. It's pretty late for some of you, and for others are surely eager to watch the recording. So with that, thank you again, particularly Emre, Mehmet, and Furkan for leading us through this. Anna and Sonia for being in the background and answering some questions. And then we will come back to you tomorrow, all of the attendees, to clarify the questions about judging criteria, what you will work on, at the time, how you submit, all of that will come tomorrow. So don't worry, in verbal and in writing. So with that, thank you everyone so much for joining us. You can leverage Discord if you think about any other question, and then Furkan will collate those and start by address, and we will have time tomorrow as well in this briefing call to address those. So with that said, I hope that you all get some rest and then look forward to seeing all of you refreshed and eager and anticipating the challenge tomorrow. So thank you everyone and see you tomorrow.
Thank you.